Since it's basically dead calm today, pretty much, I think. I don't feel anything. I thought I'd try the FPV with a little Cub S one more time. Last time I tried it I was really struggling because of the wind. Which is not to say it's going to work now. I've got the FPV camera held on by servo tape now rather than Velcro, which I'm hoping will work better because the Velcro didn't work worth beans. It was just rocking all over the place. Not well, it was worse of course on the truck, but still. Okay, so I'm putting a little 250 milliamp hour battery onto there. Connecting it is hard work because of the aerial there. Now this is supposed to drive both the plane and the FPV camera, because the FPV camera is taking its feed from the plane, and now the plane's got control. Okay, so now we'll try to plug in the FPV goggles. Oh, they won't. Oh no, yes they will. They've got a feed. I was thinking they might need a whatnot to scan to find him, but they're on the right channel. So we want to switch them to DVR mode and try and start them recording. Yes, and they now say they're recording. If I don't contrive not to manage to pull the plug on them out or whatever, which is all too easy to do because it's sort of part of the headset thing. Okay, so now we need to remember, and this is actually rather important, we need to remember to switch that back to cam mode, because the DVR feed is not the same as the cam feed. It's a different device and it's out of sync, and they say if you try and fly with it, it can cause you all sorts of problems. Now whether he's even going to take off this wet grass with these little wheels, I don't know, but we can try. He certainly shouldn't rock around as much as he did in the wind before. Okay, so I'm going to try and put the FPV goggles on. Okay, we can adjust the straps. Okay. And then I'm going to put that back on over the top, basically just so that, as much as anything else, at least it keeps the voice recording. Oops. God, it's a tricky business doing this. And then I'm going to try and sit down because, having wiped as much water as I can off the chair, I don't know. It's all a bit disorientating, this. Whoops. Well, that's not good, is it? It's not seem to be doing anything. I don't know. Well, no, there's clearly some problem here. Oh dear. He's just not getting any power, is he? I don't know. I mean, they say that it's supposed to be possible. I don't know. Too many bits of technology. It's supposed to be possible to power, they say, to power. No, I mean, he's clearly not got power, does he? He's clearly not got power, so I don't know what to try other than trying another battery. It's like the FPV camera is just sucking too much power. the FPV camera is sucking. That's clearly, I mean, there's no doubt about that. There's not enough power for the engine. The engine's just, it's low, say low voltage. But that's with a newly charged 250 milliamp hour battery in. So this whole business of trying to power I'm just going to stop that recording because I'm going to turn everything off, so there's no point having that recording. Clearly we're not getting any power here, are we? Not to speak of. Which is very unhelpful. I don't know what to do. Try a different battery. I don't know. Well, I guess that's the most obvious thing to try first, is try a different battery. If trying a different battery doesn't work, I did get him to fly. I wasn't flying FPV then, I was just looking at him, but I had the FPV camera on at one point the other day, and I got him to fly, but it seems very iffy whether you can get him to fly with the FPV camera on, because it sucks power. Okay, so now we're bound, but the question is, will he actually power up? Well, he's better than before. I don't know. You know, I don't know. It seems like a very iffy business, this business of trying to power the camera and the FPV off the same thing. Where are we? I'm going to put this guy back into DVR mode and try starting to record again and put him back into cam mode again. Okay. It's hard to feel too optimistic about this. We seem to have been struggling a great deal to get anything to work. I'm trying to put him down in such a way that his wheels are not binding in the grass, because, you know, it's hard to get him to run on the grass with those little wheels. Okay. Well, I don't know. This is not looking too thrilling, is it? Oh no, my hat has now decided it wants to come unclipped. I don't know if it doesn't want to. Okay. It gets to the point where there are so many bits you're trying to get to work together that you sort of feel it's like trying to throw 3 6s in a row or whatever, you know. It's less and less likely you're going to get everything to work, because there's just too many bits that you're asking to work together. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Now, will he actually have enough power to take off this time? I don't know. Yes, not that. I'm going to put him in stabilized mode while I try this. Nope. I mean, the engine's turning, but I'm not getting him to turn off, to take off. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to know what to do, really. As I say, you're trying to get so many bits of technology. You try and take him off the table, maybe, I don't know. You are trying to get so many bits of technology to work together that the chances of it happening become less and less. Whoa. Well, that's because I don't have throttle cut on. Helps if I get the, helps also if I get the transmitter the right way up. Oh dear. Well, we got him airborne. How much power he's going to have, I don't know. And frankly, the FPV feed is not the best view. Well, it drives me a bit cross-eyed, to be honest. In fact, I find, I don't know, it almost seems to work better if I close one eye, because I just have trouble, oh, that's better, focusing on it.
Time remaining 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think so. And there's the FPV breaking up a teeny bit there. I'd rather not put him down in the long grass if I can avoid it. Well, he seems to be flying now, at least. And of course, now today there's no wind, which is good. That's me on the right there. Well, you can't really see me there. Yes, you can, sort of. It's not, I don't know. It's, yeah, there might be a hair of wind up there, but not much. If I had more confidence that the motor would actually run, this wouldn't be too bad. And of course it would help if what I was seeing in the goggles were clearer. It really isn't all that clear. Not to me anyway. You know, partially this may be deficiencies of my eyes. And of course now, see, now I'm flying towards the sun, and for some reason, I guess because there's light, you know, that causes the camera to clamp down. So what I'm seeing is actually darker. So dark I can hardly see. And then as I turn away from the sun, it gets brighter. It's always, for me, I don't know, you know, how it records, but for me it's pretty blurry. I'm not, it's not very clear what I'm seeing. As I say, I mean, you know, I could certainly learn to do this, although it would help a lot, A, if I were confident that the motor of my plane was going to keep going, and B, if I could see a bit more clearly. And you definitely, with this little guy, you definitely want no wind. You know, the Champ's a bit more powerful and more stable and whatever, so I'm really doing the most wimpy thing possible, because I'm just, you know, trying to get the sense of this. And also, as I say, I don't want it to we should land him. I don't want him to go down over the long grass, because I really don't want to go into that wet long grass with ticks and whatever in it trying to retrieve him. Famous last words. So we'll bring him round here and we'll see if we can land him. I'm not really sure what altitude we're at. That's a bit hard to judge with the FPV. I'm not going to worry about where I land too much, if I can land. There we go. Okay. Now I gotta try and retrieve him before he dies of moisture. Whoops-a daisy. Which means I've got to juggle hats and things here so I can see. Okay, and we'll run out there and try and find him. Yeah, I mean, he was pretty inevitable, trying to land him on the grass with no wind, that he was going to flip over. About the only way you can land him on the grass without him flipping over is to land him into the wind. Everything, as far as I know, all of the bits of him are still working. And nothing fell off. I don't know. There we go. And oh, see, it's just about thinking of going to low voltage cutoff now, I think. Yeah. We've got 2.5 minutes left on the timer. And I didn't see low voltage cutoff before I landed him, but it's just about thinking of going to low voltage cutoff. I'm really rather dubious about this business of trying to run the FPV camera off the same battery as the flight. Okay, so we'll turn the DVR off and hope it worked. And okay, so the DVR's off, so then we'll disconnect. Famous last words. It's awkward to do because... Oops, oh yes, okay. It's awkward to do because, you know, with the FPV aerial, I can't put him upside down readily. So this battery worked better than the other one. They're the same type of battery, but the other one apparently did not have enough charge. This one flew him for, how long did it fly him for? We're down at 226, and I started at 6. So it flew him for 3.5 minutes about. And it was basically going to low voltage cutoff. So, you know, I'm not sure about this. Is, you know, this arrangement where you're using the little wire they put inside that runs off the receiver, so you're powering the FPV camera off the same battery as the plane. The alternative, of course, would be to put another little battery on here and just plug the plane into it, which is what I was doing with the Champ. But then, of course, then you're putting more weight on the plane. But the FPV and the plane are running off separate batteries. That was a 250 milliamp hour battery, which is, you know, more than what it's supposed to come with. And I was going to low voltage cutoff after a 3.5 minute flight, so I don't see it being all that practical, frankly, trying to do it like this. Anyway, I mean, you could do it a little bit, but it's, you know, when you're worrying from the very beginning that you're going to go to low voltage cutoff, it's not a very satisfactory way of flying. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it the other way, just giving the plane the battery and putting a little, you know, a little 150 one cell behind the camera there.